Welcome back to Teach a Man to Fish channel. Today's video is going to be Tuscan chicken on a Lodge Sportsman's Grill. Let's go ahead and get started. For simple and quick knife edge maintenance, I prefer a leather strop. This video was made during the quarantine COVID virus things that were going on. So all I could get access to was bone-in chicken breast. So we're gonna have to bone those out. The key to boning out a chicken breast is literally dragging that knife right along the bone edge. You wanna cut those boneless chicken breasts into thin strips or flat pieces. They cook easier. At this point, you can really tell what a difference a sharp knife makes. Remember, never throw away those bones and extra pieces. Go ahead and boil those overnight in a crock pot. You've got your broth for your next meal. That homemade broth tastes 100 times better than what you get in the store. So much flavor in it. So this is the next day after being in that crock pot. That broth is incredible. You can use a store-bought Italian blend seasoning, or you can just go ahead and make your own. It contains things like rosemary, basil, thyme, oregano, your typical seasoning ingredients. If you look down below, I'll put all the ingredients in the description. So coat your chicken in olive oil with a little bit of those seasonings, salt and pepper, but watch how much oil you put on there because you don't want flare-ups. Keep your saute ingredients separate from the sauce ingredients. If you've never seen one of these garlic crushers used before, they're pretty fun to use. They're also made of stainless steel, which keeps that odor from sticking to your hands. If you'd like to purchase one, check out the link down below in the description. So you want to get all your ingredients together before you head out to the grill. Lemon zest adds such a freshness to this dish. Some recipes don't have it, but when it doesn't, I miss it. Usually you'd want to use cherry tomatoes in this, but that's what I had was these full-size tomatoes, so that's what I used. We'll be doing this grilling on Lodge Sportsman's Grill, but of course, you're welcome to use your favorite grill. Pretty windy evening. It's actually going to impact our cook some. With this cook, I'm starting off with the damper door fully open. I'm having this wind is going to make it difficult to achieve temperature there on the surface, but I'm going to want to get about medium temperature, and right now I'll place in a chart that'll show you about 6 inches above the grill. Once you start to feel discomfort, that tells you that you're at about 400 degrees, which is right about where we're at right now. Some people might wonder why we would do our cooking like this. It is a few more extra steps, but if you look closely at that smoke as it rolls over the skillet, it does roll into the skillet, and that adds a completely different food taste. Gives you that outdoor grilling smoke flavor that comes with cooking over coals.
Wood smoke is such a powerful flavor, it doesn't take much to completely add a new dimension and change the flavor of your dish.
Those are looking done. Now we'll pull that chicken off the grill. And I've got, you don't have to do it this way. You can still continue this cook directly on the grates. But I've got a stovetop that I just like to use because I find it fun. So I'll convert this over. These grill gloves are great to have for when you're doing your grilling. And I'll put a link down below where you can get those grill gloves on Amazon.com. Now, I'm going to want to kick the heat up some here because we still have quite a bit of cooking left to do. So I'm going to throw a few more coals on. We all know that the Lodge Sportsmans Grill is pretty efficient at using coals, but when you start to do other styles of cooking on this, you got to kick the heat up a little bit. So now we've turned that into a stovetop. We'll go ahead and get this water boiling, since that's probably what's going to take the longest for those noodles. And we'll get this skillet started heating up. Let's go ahead and get our saute vegetables going. So if you put a little bit of olive oil in with your butter, it prevents it from burning. Be careful not to burn this.
Properly cooked garlic has almost a sweet flavor.
You can see some of that garlic. Once garlic burns, it gets very bitter tasting and it's starting to turn that little gold color. That is done. Next, we need to add in our cream mixture. So the chicken broth that we're using did come from a previous meal that we boiled those chicken scraps and bones. And we'll let that get back to a simmer. Now that we've got that at a simmer and this water at a boil, we can go ahead and get our spaghetti going. And this is an interesting trick that I learned. In order to keep your spaghetti from sticking together, place it in the pot, give it a twist, and then let it go. Your spaghetti won't stick together and it'll drop into the pot nicely, spread out like that. We can go ahead and add in our spinach. That will wilt down. Now we'll go ahead and put our chicken back in. Don't let any of that juice go to waste. All delicious flavor. And we'll put in our grated Parmesan.
Make sure you get the fresh Parmesan. The kind that you get that's already pre-grated in the bottle actually has anti-clumping agents in it, and it won't do your cooking any justice.
Finally, the tomatoes. Let's go plate it up and put it together.
Anytime I finish doing some cooking, I always do a light coat of oil. While there's heat still in the grill, I let that dry out the oil, re-season, and protect against rusting. It's a very thin sauce. It doesn't rest real heavy on the gut. The chicken ends up just as tender and juicy as can be, even though it's been on that grill.
So YouTube says that this video is perfect for your viewing habits. This is my latest upload, and over here is a playlist that you might like also. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please click like, subscribe, share, and come on back for more.